Ladies and gentlemen, my name is IndustrialFaith. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. This is Season 3, Episode 24. We are nearing the end of science. And by nearing, I mean we still have a ways to go, but we've researched pretty much everything. Everything important. Right now, I think the ones left are ammo and shotgun and, robot follower count. All of them fairly useless for what I'm doing. However, robot follower count's pretty good. So, we're still kind of hosed on circuits, green circuits, red circuits, iron, plastic, copper. So I'm just trying to increase my throughput as much as possible. Now because we don't have full compression on the lines, it's really just kind of make work. It's really not doing anything other than pushing the plastic to the front of the line. If we were at full compression, that would be an entirely different matter. But we're not. By full compression, I mean, if you look at the right side, there was a solid line. It means that's compressed, but the left side of the line wasn't compressed. So I've got two here. I believe I'm going to build two more. Yes, I'm going to build two more of these because I don't feel I'm making enough plastic. I should be able to make more, right? Yeah? Question being, do I have enough? Again, the same way when you add new manufacturing anythings to anything, this is where I will discover that I don't have enough petroleum gas. Well, I'm not going to have enough petroleum gas to actually make this work well. It's going to work like gangbusters now, but this is going to suck down all my petroleum gas like nobody's business. I mean, I'm making tons and tons and tons of plastic, but I'm also using tons and tons and tons of this. This is really going to chew through my supply of, petroleum gas. And I'm debating on whether I need to put in some more oil refineries. The answer is yes, but I'm not actually going to do that for another 2 hours. Hindsight is 20/20. So I'm doing I'm cleaning up with science. There's just nothing to do. And I'm really, 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 really looking forward to getting rid of science, because then I can focus on other stuff. And I think what I'm going to try and do with this, I don't know if I mentioned it prior, is I think I'm going to try and make a big giant rocket production facility. Because other than that, the only other option is just to launch the rocket and go, yay, we've won. Because again, the end game, I mean, this is Alpha 0.12. There's still a lot of game that can be developed and so forth. I'm sure I talked about it. I really think there needs to be more to the end game than the rocket, or there needs to be a lot longer process for getting there. And here I'm short on iron. I have no iron. My iron just gross. So it's kind of the plans for the island that I'm thinking of is I think I'm going to keep the island for sort of a boutique build. So I'm going to have it build robots, explosives, because I'm going to do. I've decided I'm going to do a big civil engineering project, and I'm going to basically build choke points around my base. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the desert off to the east, and I'm going to take the whole thing. I'm going to make that a new factory. And some might say it's a mega factory. It's not that big, but what it's going to be is it's going to be designed to build rockets. That's all I'm going to do. The second and the third one, here I'm trying to change the balance to change the compression. The second, let's see here. My second series was a little different. This one, I don't want to just build a rocket and go, yay, we won, woo, because that's, I don't know, there's more to that. So I'm not going to create a mega factory. I think I'm going to build a rocket factory, which is entirely different. The only thing I'm thinking about here is I'm wondering, for example, solid fuel. where do I make the plastic for ultralight materials? And the possibility is that I make all the rocket stuff in this base and then ship it to the rocket factory. Now the question is, do I have the steel production for that? The answer is probably not. So the answer to all this might be to actually... I am going to... what am I doing here? I'm going to rebuild the... I'm going to rebuild this entirely because it's wasteful. So I'm taking everything apart. I'm going to rebuild my blue circuits. If I recall, I actually start building the rocket control units. Because why not? Now, it's actually a waste of your robot's time to have them... Because if you send your robots to pick up that track right there, the robots will pick up every bit of... what do you call it? They'll pick up all these circuits one by one. Well, if you're using logistics robots, I think they can carry more. But I think the construction robots... I'm not sure on that. I've heard that construction robots also gain from the increased payload size, so to speak, but I don't recall. So this is part of me. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So I'm going to be building the rocket control units right here. I'm going to build a system that builds rocket control units, as well as I'm going to build. I'm going to rebuild my green efficiency, or my green efficiency modules, because I do need those. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Ooh, good stuff. So, and here I've got it, because I have the blueprint, boom. Boom goes the Dynabyte. And so this is really easy. And I can build a ton of these, but I don't need a ton. So there we go. How do you like that? Bang, bang, bang. Oh, robots are so good. I'm a robot guy now. And here I'm going to start building. I'm going to build blues. I'm going to build not blue circuits. These are going to be the blue production modules. And of course, there's me moving junk. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them go around that side. And then I'm going to, there we go, run them just up that side. There we go. Blueprints. Yay! Oh, I'm telling you, man. Blueprints. They're the wave of the future. So, what was I saying? Anyways, oh yeah. So while I'm building this with that ridiculous loop, it's because I'm trying to build... Those are going to be the rocket control thingies. So anywho, here's for the sulfuric acid that I need. Go me. Yay! So anyway, so I'm trying to debate what I should... Now I would have to rebuild my entire factory. And make it, I could actually shrink my factory down considerably if all I'm doing is making assembly machines and construction equipment. I'll still, for example, I'm going to need probably a lot of lasers. Well, if I build moats, the civil engineering project I was talking about earlier is I'm going to cut off my continent from the other continents by Landfill lets me make a bomb to create water. So if I use these bombs, I should be able to create moats. And biters can't do a damn thing about moats. Tee-hee-hee. So, with the way these build, if I recall, the blue... The blue... the speed modules, level 1, produce in double the time of a blue circuit. So I don't actually need 6 blue circuit machines. Or actually, what is it? How does that work? Anyways, the ratio is essentially, I believe, 3 Yes, still full of junk. And I'm like, why do I have these things in here? I believe I can go 3 blue circuits, and it'll be plenty for the green circuits, or for the efficiency modules. So now I recorded this quite a few days ago, and I'm just doing commentary now because I had to think about what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure. So okay, so yes, so it's no, it's 1-to-1. That's right. If I recall correctly, it's 1-to-1. So I believe there we go. So I'm gonna build those. And I'm going to build a really dumb... I'm going to be really stupid building this, by the way. Just, pardon me, but just forewarning, you're going to look at this, and if you play Factorio, you're going to look at this and go, what the hell was he thinking? And the answer is... yeah, I got nothing. So, there you go. Again, it's all part of learning. And again, I don't have very specific... determined builds that I've already figured out. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 3. What I want to do is take 3 level 1s into 2 level 2s, and then into 1 level 3, because that's kind of how you can. That's about all you can do. And that, if you let it run a long time, it's just going to crank away, unless you run out of red circuits, of course, which is exactly what happens. So my big setup to make a whole, and I'm using yellow assembly there because it's faster, because that's, so here's all that. And I have actually, if you notice, I've actually kind of janked it up. So, yeah. And I'll discover this, I think, probably next hour, because I'm going to look at stuff and be like, what the hell happened here? And the only answer is pain, suffering, and this, and I'm like, and I gotta feed it under. I have to feed it under. Okay, so there's my circuits. I'm feeding it under here, so I can feed everything, and I don't need to do this. Wait, because right now I have 2 level 1s feeding into 3 level 2s, which I don't need. If anything, I need the 3 level 1s feeding into 2 level 2s. It should be that way anyways. But not quite. So, yeah. And I mean, I wouldn't call myself a Factorio expert. Neither would anyone else who watches these videos. But at the same time, there's a certain level of... you need to be able to think your processes through, and this, to me, this is a brain game. This is a game that makes you think. And so yeah. So back to creating the moat. Biters can't chew through a moat. So if I make a moat, I can just build a big gosh darn emplacement. And I've already kind of scoped out where I want to build moats. I'm only going to do it on 3 sides. Well, 1, 2... there's actually going to be 4 moats. But they're all going to be sort of on the south. Then it'll be southeast, northeast, and north. And those are the 3 I think I can do. I think there's choke points here. I can use those. I just need to do more exploring to figure out exactly where I want to put all that stuff. And the other question is... explosives are fairly involved. You have to use sulfur and stuff like that. And again, I'm low on petroleum gas. So, now it doesn't look like it here. I mean, it looks like I've got tons and tons of plastic, but I'm rapidly running out of stuff. And I don't seem to realize it. So, it's something I'll figure out, and then I'm going to have to build more refineries. Then I may have to use the other pump jack to pump more oil into the system. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are wrapping this up. Thank you for joining me for the latest episode of Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. So have a good night, and bye-bye.